Hi there, Zame for Nurture. These are my thoughts and spoilers of The Boys Season 4, Episode 8, finally called the Season 4 Finale. This is a very powerful episode, a very bleak episode as well. Usually when you watch The Boys, there's some sort of end fight in the final episode before we have a reset and we go again to figure out a way of who's going to get one over the other. Not this time though. No end finale fight for the next season. If anything, the battles were more internal, and there was just so much going on and so much needed to be resolved before we continue with new storylines for next season that this episode just really got me right here, because what this episode also resembled is what it is to be us at this moment in time, especially if you're an American. Because right now in American politics, the dystopian future of what could be under the Orange Man presidency is kind of likely. And the way this show kind of resembles that, coincidentally as well, with assassination attempts and shit like that. Wow, it feels more than just art imitating life. Regardless, with this episode, the shapeshifter who pretended to be Annie, she not only looks like Annie, she has Annie's powers, Annie's memories. She's a different type of shapeshifter. But she has to constantly go back to Annie every day or two to touch Annie in order to keep looking like her, because her skin starts to deteriorate, the face that she's portraying. And there was a really good moment between evil Annie and good Annie in this episode, and it really showed the actress's range when it came to playing someone who was really bad. Anyways, she's there to, evil Annie that is, the shapeshifter, is there to assassinate the president. And at one point the boys are with the president in his bunker, now that Victoria Newman's been revealed to be a soup as well by Homelander on live television. So everything is up in the air. But Huey figures out that Annie is not who she is. I mean, there's a couple of things that happened during the course of the days that they've been together that he found a bit odd. But when he saw her perspiring, sweating, and she needed water, and she says it's like a furnace in here, the same thing the shapeshifter said when they first met her, when she was under a different disguise. Hugh was able to put two and two together. He then tried to tell Mother's Milk about it without alerting the fake Annie, and then eventually fake Annie finds out, and we get a lot of people getting killed. Luckily the president survives, and obviously our boys with their plot armor survives as well. But the real Annie comes to the rescue after Kimiko's taken out very briefly and takes out the imposter. Regarding people like Ryan, he's with Butcher as Butcher's dying in hospital, and they want him to understand that, look, your father's a bad guy, he done terrible things. The FBI lady is there as well, her name escapes me, I apologize, she's not in every episode. But she's also trying to appeal to Ryan's best wishes, her and Butcher. And Joe Kessler, the imagery of Butcher's darker side, is always hovering around, waiting for a moment to pounce. And that moment happens when Ryan, who wants to leave the hospital that they're in, which is kind of designed to keep him secured and held, he realizes that, pushes the FBI lady, the woman he considers to be like an aunt to her, and kills her accidentally. And this bugged me a little bit, because I thought Ryan should know his own powers a little bit by now. Like, he'd already killed somebody by pushing them too hard. He just needed to tap this woman, but he pushed her so hard that she ended up hitting a wall and breaking her neck. And that's when Joe Kessler pretty much takes over Butcher after that, because Butcher's witnessed Ryan kill someone somebody he cares for. Now, Victoria Newman is obviously very scared about what's happening because people are being taken out, and she obviously has a daughter to look after. She doesn't know who she can trust, so she resides in the boys as to basically take care of her and her kid. The boys are not too sure if they can trust Victoria Newman, but Huey feels that they can. At the same time, Vought the Seven are killing off everyone. I do mean literally killing off everyone who they feel is not on their side. So anyone who works for Vought, who said bad things or have opinions which are different to theirs, they're killing them. Even Ashley's PA, Ashley, who actually wasn't not on their side, but because of the confusion and there's so many people called Ashley, they killed him. And Ashley herself was on the death list of being killed because she's got so much dirt on the Seven. So she decides to run away and goes into Homelander's apartment and injects herself with Compound V. And something happens to her, I don't know, but I guess we'll find out next season because she does go through some changes. Now, Butcher himself, once he's been taken over by Joe Kessler, he goes to pay the boys a visit at the compound where they're hiding, and we then see the sort of like power that has been kind of created by the Temp V, which is within him. It's like these fucking tentacles. They come flying out of him, and Victoria Newman's already there now, looking for some sort of asylum with these guys. But Butcher wants no deals with Soups, and he fucking kills Victoria Newman. Somebody I was shocked to see getting killed. I thought she was a long-term character in the show. I expected somebody like the Deep to be killed, to tell you the truth. I really felt like he's not offering much recently, but regardless, he's not been dead. He still has a lot of service to offer Homelander, but a character of a significance being killed off in Victoria Newman, wow, that was a big fucking deal. And her blood's everywhere, and everyone's covered in blood, and all the boys are looking at Butcher like, what the fuck have you done, man? This is, we can't come back from this. By the way, I've also forgot that Kimiko and Frenchie have a moment. I mean, they kiss, and the idea of their relationship being more like brother and sister, I'm glad that can be put in the past because they do truly love each other as lovers, and that was a really nice moment as well, kind of cementing their relationship. Annie does forgive Huey for sleeping with the shapeshifter, with the person imitating her, but understands where Hugh's coming from, even though she's really pissed off. So some of those issues were resolved, but a virus needs to be made. Frenchie's been working on that. Butcher now has it, and as we come to the culmination of this episode in this season, we find out now that pretty much Homelander is now in the White House. The Speaker of the House, who is the third in charge, becomes president because there was some leaked footage of the current president, or president-elect that is, saying how he wanted Victoria Newman killed, and because Victoria Newman is killed, the blame goes on him, so he's arrested. So the Speaker of the House becomes president, but he's pretty much a puppet to Homelander, and now all Soups are working for the fucking government, and that's some scary shit. The boys themselves decide to go in hiding at the end of this episode after what happened, because they know that they got a target on their head. Unfortunately for them, they all get captured except for Butcher, and Butcher's not even part of the boys anymore. He's kind of been ostracized after what he did. But as well as Annie as well. Annie gets her powers back at the end of this episode, but Huey gets caught, and the both of them decide that it's best for Annie to go. Now the person who catches Annie is the woman we saw in the asylum several seasons ago, like maybe season 2. She had some weird sort of powers, I think maybe telekinesis powers or something along those lines. But yeah, we saw her briefly. We saw the two kids from Gen V come back. One of them touched Frenchie and was able to brainwash him and all of that, and mind control him and make him follow her. whilst the other kid, one with the strength, was able to restrain Kimiko. But as Kimiko sees Frenchie walking away, she says, no, no. She starts to speak. She finally fucking speaks. I mean, it really took a real emotional moment for her. I mean, a significant moment. Seeing somebody she truly loves, cares for with all her heart, would die for, being taken over, being mind controlled. That was a crazy moment as well. And it was just honestly, that's a payoff. That's a serious payoff of Kimiko being able to talk. It really hits you. It fucking hits you so hard. And his mother's milk. He gets taken down by Love Sausage of all people. Good to see him back. So now I think Vought has got all the boys minus Butcher. Maybe it'll be Butcher who ends up saving the day. Unironically, what's happened with Ryan? Like, he's teetering on either side. Like, will he become, his father's son, or will he become his mother's son? You just don't know. Butcher himself, obviously, I feel like he's full on wanted to kill Homelander. That's the only thing he gives a damn about with this virus, and if it means killing all the superheroes, including himself, when he already knows he's going to die anyway, then so be it. What a fantastic episode. What a fantastic show. I love the way this season culminated without this wham bam thank you man finale. Also, by the way, we also got a glimpse of Soldier Boy at the end. So, because now Homelander's working for the government, they know where they've kept Soldier Boy. So we might get him coming back next season. If he's going to be the protagonist, that'll be shocking. It kind of shows you how desperate the boys or whoever there may be are for a hero, that somebody like Soldier Boy could be that person. Then again, he has no love for Homelander either, and even though he's Homelander's dad. It's like, wow, like, so much. I mean, there's just so much in this episode. I'm blown away by it. I'm emotionally distraught, and I love it. It's been a while since I've seen a season finale grip me in the way this has, and I cannot wait for season 5. This is the perfect send-off for season 4, and season 5 cannot come too soon. It can come as I want it to come as soon as fucking possible. Let me just get my words right. I need season 5, probably 2026 at the rate things are going. The writer's strike kind of slowed down season 4. Hopefully we won't get that for season 5, but bring it out, and bring it out soon. There's so much that needs to happen, so many storylines that need to be tied up, and I'm looking forward to if they do a season 2 of Gen V, because we've got a couple of Gen V characters in this show. Are they going to play a bigger part in that? Maybe it will stretch out this storyline to a degree. Who knows? But just wow. Well, one of the best shows on television. Woke as fuck, by the way. Let's just not forget that. People complain about shows being too woke. There's nothing more woke than fucking The Boys. The way it goes on about this dystopian right-wing future with right-wing dickheads all being cunts and crazy motherfucking religious bastards who want to change the landscape of this fucking country. Oh, wow. Oh, and how can I forget Sister Sage? Sister Sage, oh my god, like, she was playing the long game overall. Like, she kind of knew where certain things were going to pan out. She knew Homelander better than Homelander knew himself, and she's kind of happy with how things have turned out. And yeah, I'm sure she's going to have a bigger part to play next season as well. Firecracker, she's getting a bit ill. We'll see what's all that about. If she got some of the virus inside her, who knows? I mean, Homelander was disgusted when she saw her coughing and shit and drinking her milk. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going all over the place. I really am going all over the fucking place. Excuse me, when it comes to this show, there's so much to talk about, and I can't wait for next season. Next season's going to be so goddamn good. This episode gets a 10. It does. A 10 out of 10 for ending the finale in a unique way for how The Boys usually does, but absolutely gripping stuff as well. And the dystopian future that resembles our own future. Wow, I have to give it so much credit. I don't think they realize how much they hit the nail on the head I mean, talking about current times being related to this show, it's incredible. So let me know what you guys think of season 8, 4, episode 8 of The Boys. Did you like it as much as I did? Are you looking forward to next season? Were you upset by how the season ended because it ended on a sour note? Sometimes you need that. You know, you need that sour note for the good note. Who knows? But yeah, I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. Okay, I'm done. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. We're on a variety of different platforms, including TikTok. Including TikTok and YouTube. And if you've already forgotten, the name's NerdTube. Remember it.